Stay tuned after this program for some exciting retail offers on products seen in the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders country western workout video.
Warning: the scenes that you're about to see may be unbearable for some persons.
Previously on VCR Party Live.
What's up, my man?
Hey!
Good to see you.
Yep. It's George Passless is here.
Well, I have an update.
Really?
An important update. So, why don't you show a tape that you've shown before?
Fast with class, that's the name of the game. Fast with class, make 'em glad.
VCR.
Joe said the magic words, "I wonder where she is now." And I took that as a challenge. I found that Sister Sam, prior to being in Fast with Class, had been a pageant contestant. And before that, she had been in a band called Diamond. And so from that, I did the kind of creepy thing of looking for friends and relatives based on similar names, and the internet is a terrifying place. And so I found, even though she changed her name, I was able to find that she was a country artist. And she mentioned in an article in Tulsa Weekly, I think, in 1994, that she had worked for Wendy's. And I find her on Facebook, and I sent her a message, no reply. And then I did a little more searching. Then after finding the VIN number on her car, I was able to find...
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I was able to
No
find...
way.
Whoa!
I was able to find her cell phone number, so I left a message.
You're kidding me.
Oh my God!
And then while I'm leaving the message, I realized, like, I'm not like officially associated with VCR Party. I mean, not like in a legal sense. So I'm
You are now.
I left a message.
Is she watching this, by the way?
She is watching this
Really?
tonight. Yes.
Yes. Does she know that you looked up her VIN number and everything?
No,
Hope you're
that's
enjoying
new
your
information.
2017 Malibu.
The reveal is that she left me a voicemail, and I've since talked to her several times. She couldn't be nicer. She was amazed that people cared. And this is the voicemail she left me.
Hi, George. This is Sister Sam calling you back, the Sandwich Queen. I did watch your VCR Party Live. It's very interesting. I don't know how on earth you ever found me. Just give me a call and we could touch base.
Wow.
She just sent me. That's her yesterday while on vacation.
Enjoying a margarita.
Yes.
Oh man,
So
she
you're
looks
friends
great.
with her now.
I
You're friends.
hope we're pals.
You guys text each other?
Sure.
I think Emily Davis on the chat said it best. In spite of all the creepy stuff, that's a pretty cool reveal.
It is.
Speaking of which, I have Emily's social security number.
Great.
And
All right.
that's for Patreon.
Track her down next
Patreon
week.
subscribers.
All right.
VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they find. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Well, hello, Melinda. Yes, here we are. It's Tuesday night, VCR party time. We're going to watch VHS tapes. We collect them. We have over 14,000 of them. We're trying to watch all of them. And I'm Joe, and there's Nick, and there's Steve, and there's Scott from Strange Tapes. He's joining us tonight. Hi, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Look at that collection behind you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, precious.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess right now, but
I've always said I'm jealous of I'm the most jealous of your collection because you have quality, right? Like every tape on your shelf is quality.
yeah, maybe. I got some stinkers in there too.
Depends on your definition of quality, but yes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we have 14,000 tapes, but only about 2% are worth watching. So that's what we're finding in this process. But we got a lot of them. But yeah, well, do you have any fun ones to show us right off the bat? Do you have some good ones?
Yeah, I actually have a little batch here of new ones that I picked up. These are all just recent finds, so they vary in quality. But there is there's some decent ones in here. I actually wanted to start off up top. I found my very own copy of Percy Danforth's Mr. Bones.
Yes,
That doesn't look like our cover either. Yeah,
Oh, really?
we have a different cover. Yeah, nice.
So
But that's for those who didn't see the early days of the show. That's what tape I got when I was at the Late Show, and he says at the end of his video, "That's all. That's it." And so that's how we, end every show VCR
He's the
party
inventor
from that tape.
What else you got, Scott?
I was excited to stumble on that. Mouth drumming. Got this recently. It's like a beatbox tutorial by this like white a cappella guy. It's very uncomfortable, but there's some good stuff in there.
Are you selective with
Great cover.
what you take? Like, if you're at a thrift store, will you get like Buttercream Gang, or will you be like, I don't need Buttercream Gang?
I've been getting much more selective over the last couple, especially over the last like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to be for space reasons. Yeah.
yeah. That being said, in Ohio, I just kind of like grabbed this. I have no idea if this will be decent or not, but it's an enormous tape.
Whoa.
Still in the shrink.
Yeah, I think there's probably 2 or 3 tapes in here. Hidden keys to loving relationships.
Okay, they're all in there.
Look at that crowd.
I hope you're not being tricked by audio tapes.
I know.
It
good
says
point.
VHS on the side.
Okay, yeah, we've all been there before.
Have you ever been duped by a cassette tape? Like,
I have.
yeah.
Yeah.
All been.
Handful of time.
Got a little support group going on for that. Yeah.
I have a DVD. I know this is not DVD player live, but it's
Steve cut his mic.
It's an unusually specific one though, but it's building your racquetball dream house.
Huh.
Is there is it autographed? No, that's not an autograph.
Yeah.
It is.
It is autographed?
It is autographed.
By who?
Racquetball.
Fran Davis?
Yep, Fran Davis racquetball apparently is her. Yeah,
Steve's a fan.
Yeah, huge.
I'll show some. Oh, you got more?
I just have 2 more. This is the dirty section. I just wanted to end on it. I got my own Uranus self-anal massage for men.
Excellent. Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
Yes. You're gonna like the way it look.
How to give pleasure to a woman by a woman.
Yes.
It's like an instructional how-to.
Yeah.
Oh, come back in February, and we'll watch that one uncensored.
I think we have that one. I tried to put it for Pride month. I was like, oh, maybe this will be good for Pride month. And the only part I could include is the very beginning, which says this teaches you how to give pleasure to a woman by a woman, and then everything else after that was too graphic to show. So, but the warning was pretty good. We should consider putting that at the beginning of every episode of this show.
I want to show some stuff that I don't even know where I got this. I think on our last tour, but I'm going to cover it up because I want you guys to guess what you think this tape is. Scott Benson Smooth. What do you think Scott Benson Smooth is about? Just by looking at it.
Pitching techniques.
Okay, like baseball?
Baseball pitching, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Scott, what about you? You're the professional.
You're
so smart. Why don't you...
Word association here. I want to say cigarettes or something, but like smoking or something.
Benson, right? Yeah.
Steve, you got a guess?
I think he's got smooth licks. I think he plays the bass.
Okay, it's a dance video.
Oh.
Yep. And then I got another one in that same stash dance video. If I only knew with Scott Benson. So,
wow.
I watched one of them the other day. Not that good.
I know we normally don't collect movies, but I found this one at a store in Pittsburgh, a record shop, and I just love the cover so much. The Great Skycopter Rescue.
Oh, that is good.
Look at that explosion. The cannon.
Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. This lady that's clearly superimposed. Motorcycles. Fire. I mean, I gotta watch this tape.
I like that they call it a skycopter too,
Skycopter.
not a helicopter. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's a cannon.
Yeah, this is a cannon. So yeah, looks good. Gonna pop that in.
All right, let's get this party started. Let's get a found footage festival classic out of the way.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
What are we?
Please.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Okay, what do you got, Nick? You know we're back.
I was just gonna show this other tape, but I'm trying to block it out. You know how we acquired a large collection of pornography recently?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing offensive because I just want to read what the starburst is on this. Okay. It's called Ass Artist 2. Okay.
You're covering up with Croc?
Yeah, I'm
With
covering
Crocs?
up with
Catch
yeah.
Crocs? Okay.
But can anybody read what the starburst is?
Mila's a regular Martha Stewart in this. In this. Her second video of anal arts and crafts. Oh!
So I have not watched this yet, and I'm not looking forward to watching it. But that's our duty. I mean, that's what we do.
It is our duty.
Yeah.
That could be a good EP episode with Diane.
I also like that starburst to be on our next DVD. In some way. I don't know where. Maybe it's hidden on the back, but
I made some anal arts and crafts in the toilet this morning. If you know what I mean. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
Okay, what am I
What
going
are
to
we-
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Nathan Truesdell, our filmmaker pal, made a short film that we saw when we were playing a film festival in Sydney, Australia, I think. Wasn't that where we saw this show?
Yep, that's it.
And it was called Balloonfest, and it was using footage from various local stations in Cleveland about their 1986 attempt to break the world record for the largest helium balloon release that was set by Disney World, I think, the year before. And Disney had done 1 million balloons, so they're going to do 2 million. And the hosts of this were a duo that was on local TV in Cleveland, dating back to the late 70s, Big Chuck and Little John. They were like local horror hosts and did a comedy show. And so I thought I would highlight that because I found out that Big Chuck died yesterday. He was age 90.
Really?
And yeah, so, but he has some great moments in this footage that was found by Nathan and collected into the short film called Balloonfest.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from downtown Cleveland, it's Big Chuck and Little John in front of the biggest happening around. Okay, Chuck, as you can see, they're going strong. They're blowing them up. I still think they have the record. Back to you, Chuck.
Okay, thank you, John. And Mary Ellen bought 2 bunches of balloons to give to John and I here. She came down, and one of the bunches of balloons she had tied to her watch. And the watch opened up, and the balloons took the watch, and it's now going out east somewhere. So John and I say, if anybody finds Mary Ellen's watch tied to a bunch of balloons like this, and if you return it to the station, we'll have all kind of rewards for you. Okay, thanks for coming down, Mayor. Who do you have there, John?
8, 7, 6.
I love the little boy in the background in the yellow.
With the mesh shirt that reveals his nipples for some reason.
He just looks like an action figure, doesn't he?
Why
Even
was
the way
that a style? Yeah.
even the way his arms are posed, even his clothes look painted on.
He got in front of the barrier, it looks like.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here they go.
Away, lift off.
Amazing. And the far end is up, and there they go, John.
Look at the pollution, John.
The Guinness Book of World Records has just been broken in Cleveland. Over 1,500,000 balloons going up in the air at this very, very moment. Look
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Is that a flub? The Guinness Book of World Records has just been broken? I think he meant the Guinness record.
Back it up. Back it up and mark it because we're having Dan on next week.
The book hasn't been broken. It's the record. So.
And the far end is up, and there they go, John.
The Guinness Book of World Records has just been broken in Cleveland. Over 1,500,000 balloons going up in the air.
Because I dropped it.
Very, very moment. Look at the clientele. We did it.
We did it, John. There it goes. It's completely covering the terminal tower.
Literally out of a horror movie.
Look at that. I want to sing up and away.
It just looks like an infection.
It is awesome, ladies and gentlemen, to actually be down here and see the multi-colors that are going up in the air at this moment.
We did it, John.
This is it.
Let's do it for Cleveland.
Stragglers.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no mistake on the lake anymore. Cleveland has now broken the Guinness Book of World Records and released over 1,500,000 balloons.
And then the environmental impact.
The Guinness Book of World Records, the Cleveland home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All of this in Cleveland, Ohio.
The All-American City. How many events can we take over in 1986?
Yeah, and then the cleanup begins. So yeah, there's Big Chuck on the right. He started off as like a weather guy on Channel 8 in Cleveland, and then was Goulardi's sidekick for a while, the horror host, and then got his own show from 1979 to 2007. These guys were a duo. They've reunited a few times. Little John's still around, still kicking and doing stuff. But yeah, Big Chuck passed away. Here's just another one of the skits they would do on their local show.
Ben crazy.
Well, Mr. Rinaldi, my preliminary diagnosis is that you are suffering from acute seasickness.
I mean, I miss local shows like that. There just aren't a lot. You know, the last Stragglers were, I think, I don't know, a few years ago. Most of these have gone away.
But Little John is still with us, you say, right?
Yeah, he's
We
still
gotta
around.
Meet him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still in Cleveland, right? We got to meet these
Yeah,
people
well, let's
before
invite
they
him to
die.
a show next time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
But
sad.
yeah, so long. That was yeah, but lived to be 90 and had on the air since 1979, or actually since the 60s. Chuck was good career and great coverage of a disastrous balloon launch in 1986.
Steve, I'm always trying to. You're our director, and I'm always trying to make your job a little bit easier by giving you new drops that you can insert whenever something happens. If you want to like break up a fight, you plop in the drop. This one I made two. The first one I'm gonna show mainly because we showed this on our last tour through Columbus and Cleveland, and Scott, you joined us, and you were saying this line all weekend long, like you had this line in your head. So for you, I introduced this drop, but I'll just play the context of the video first. It's a news blooper from Fargo.
WDAY First News, your news leader.
Well, Fargo will be getting a Chipotle soon, but it may be missing one thing.
Ooh, and I'm counting down the days. I love these types of food.
Here's Jane King with your Bloomberg Business Report. And we will go to...
I just think this sounds like a shoe in a dryer.
Steve, you see the drop in there?
I do.
Okay, let's.
I love these types of food.
I'm thinking we're talking about food or something, or maybe we're arguing about food. Nick's like trying to talk us into being vegan. You can
Come on, guys! It really makes sense, not only for the animals but for the environment.
I love these types of food.
Works like a charm.
Discussions we have every week here on VCR Party.
All right, here's another one. I can't remember who suggested it last week or a couple weeks ago, but they were like this should be a drop. They're absolutely right. It's from Adventures in Management, and it's you know what I'm talking about. This is a training video where they. Scott, have you seen this one? Have you seen Adventures in Management?
I don't think
It's an
so.
instructional video where they show you different ways to handle a situation. It's so boring. It's the most tedious video in our collection. You're going to love it. Here's just the scene I want for the drop.
The following scene is a simulation, but it might have happened.
Am I busting up some good
we got a
good
lot of
things?
good ideas.
We got some...
Say that salesman really had a fine product.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best corned beef I think I've seen for a long time.
Serve it with cabbage?
Well, that's
that'd make a good special.
That's one way, you know.
So,
serve it with cabbage.
You've seen it before, Scott? You've seen it?
Well, I've seen it on here a long time ago, I think.
Okay, yeah. Well, now it exists forever in drop form. Let's say that Nick is telling us about like a vegan corned beef sandwich or something, and about how we should only eat vegan corned beef. And then
It was the best corned beef I think I've seen for a long time.
In the Brazilian rainforest, are getting clear cut just for cattle grazing. Oh, sorry, what?
So
yeah.
Steve, keep those in your back pocket.
Okay.
Okay.
The funny thing is, Nick never talks about being vegan, really.
No, I don't, but it's brought up constantly by Joe wherever we eat. So
you had to explain your veganism to Diane Thomas for a really long time.
Oh boy, yeah, the crafting guru Thomas. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, but yeah," she really wanted to cook for us. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So those are some new drops. I have some scimitars. Should we get into that?
Wait, I want to see if Steve has the sellout. Steve, you selling out to anybody?
Okay, well, I could have done that after.
I am selling out. Let's do it now. I am selling out to WOC. Yes, our friends there.
On Toronto.
Yes, on Friday, January 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the With Original Commercials Archive presents our Tape 5000 Spectacular, live from iSource Cinema and online. The WOC started digitizing on February 25th, 2018, and it since has archived an astonishing 4,999 VHS and Betamax home recorded tapes. So they will celebrate by doing their very first show at iSource Cinema, which is at 1176 Bloor Street West in beautiful downtown Toronto. They'll have a selection of 3 possible tapes, and the live studio audience will choose from, naming one of them Tape 5000. The watch along will be of the entire tape from start to finish. Could be anything, a film, a TV show, someone's home movie, or any manner of randomness. Either way, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime screening. And if you can't join them live at iSource, it'll be streaming on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/the WOC Archive.
Nice.
Now, I'm familiar with Betamax, but you called it Betamate. I'm not familiar with Betamate.
Well, nope.
Is that a different format that was competing with Betamax? Or was that...
the people who are really, really into Betamax call it Betamates, so I was probably just speaking to them.
I see. But yes, check out this. We've been to iSource Cinema. We've seen their whole compound there, and they do wonderful stuff. And
follow them on Instagram too. They post little snippets from the archive. It's phenomenal.
I love this idea though. The 5,000th tape in there. Yeah,
I don't want. Yeah, balloons should drop when it plays. That's just my suggestion to Morgan.
You know it's going to be Buttercream Gang. It's definitely going to be Buttercream Gang.
Yeah, that's a video we found at just about every thrift store we've been at when they still had VHS tapes. Buttercream Gang, a Christian movie that was just everywhere. Okay, I got some scimitar to catch up on. I teased it earlier. This was covering up Anal Artist 2's bits that I couldn't show. This is
Martha Stewart video?
Right, yeah. This is Catching Crocs. Do you think, this might be a fun game, do you think old or new scimitar logo for Catching Crocs?
Well, if you're asking, I'm thinking it's the old one.
Okay. I go new.
Okay.
Scott?
Sorry, I was not paying attention.
That's all right. You're taking these rolls.
You're one of us. Welcome aboard. Yes.
Sorry.
What are we?
Like before Steve Irwin, this was a guy who was very reckless around crocodiles. And so he's just kind of taking these wild crocodiles that are just kind of sunbathing and bothering them.
Oh, it is. The old one.
It is.
I'm here to capture alive a number of very big problem saltwater crocodiles. This is a very dangerous and a very exciting adventure.
It must be stressed that crocodiles are protected, and anyone taking or killing them is heavily fined or even jailed. Malcolm's experiences with crocodiles will add to our knowledge of the reptiles and so assist with their survival.
Seems like a real professional, huh? By the way, this reminds me a lot of Czar from Rock Swimming Workout Without Weight.
That's a good call.
Very Czar-like.
I think that would be a great Halloween costume for you next year.
Goes Malcolm here? Yeah, I would have to
Yeah.
shave my beard.
Yeah.
I just have to cut off some jeans and put a croc on my shoulders, and all right.
Job's done.
Well, this is what it's all about. Educating the public, making them aware of crocodiles.
I think we're aware of crocodiles. I mean, I don't know how important it is to educate the public that crocodiles exist. But yeah, that it was a pretty unwatchable tape from Scimitar. It's called Catchin' Crocs, an adventure documentary about a guy who bothers crocodiles.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Nice work, Scimitar.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's. You know what? I would do a Letterman D2, but I forgot to export it. But so Nick, why don't you do a flying window while I export it?
Okay, and in the meantime, I'll tell everybody that we're on tour, actually. Joe, you and Scott are going to do a show in Chicago, so for those of you who are there, you can check that out.
It's tomorrow night at the Music Box Theater, and it's almost sold out. I think there's 5 tickets left,
Okay,
so come on out. And yeah.
Last I heard, there was 1 ticket.
Oh,
okay.
Hurry up.
So go see that. Then we're doing a huge VHS event on Saturday outside of Philadelphia at Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company with vendors, swapping tapes. It's like a retro market. And then they're going to do a karate movie called Kindergarten Ninja, which we have on VHS. They're playing that after our show, and they've curated a bunch of karate VHS clips to play in between. So it's a whole evening starting at like 5 o'clock, and there's food and beer, and that's going to be fun. Then LA, we're doing a benefit show for people affected by the wildfires. It's going to be fun. And then we're at San Francisco Sketch Fest. Come see us there. That's always a good time. And then Tucson at the Loft. And then much more to come. So, yeah, get your tickets now. These shows are selling out already, including Toronto. We just put these on sale a whole weekend, May 2nd and 3rd. Half sold out already. So, yeah, come see us for our 20th anniversary show. It's only through May, and then we're on to new things for the summer. So, but, yeah, let's get into some flying windows.
What was that?
That was weird.
It was my fault. I hit flying windows / Scimitar intro, and then I immediately had to cover it up. But don't think anyone noticed.
Occasionally, Scimitar has videos with flying windows in it, so we have to do both intros playing at the same time. This was sent in by our Flying Window official counter, Wayne. She found it on a tape of with original commercials tape. Taped off TV in New Hampshire, and it's for a local beauty salon.
Now that you've found the perfect place for your face and hair, treat the rest of your body at Not So Plain Jane's, the day spa at Not So Plain Jane's. From aromatherapy to herbal treatments, let Not So Plain Jane's treat you to glowing, pure, healthy skin. Call for a free salon menu. Aren't you worth the very best? Aren't you worth Not So Plain Jane?
Ernest Saves Christmas continues.
That's exactly how it was.
Perfect ending to Not So
Ernest
Plain Jane.
Saves Christmas continues. So it was in the middle of Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh, perfect. That
you,
was a severely drop-shadowed flying window.
Yeah,
was it just one? Did we just have
no,
one?
there's like 4 or 5
Okay.
windows flew by quickly.
Scott, you're a graphic designer. Can you ever have too much drop shadow, or is it not possible? Oh, you can. It is possible.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Agree to disagree, but you're the professional.
I think it can look very it looks a little clunky, and it just
Have you ever created a flying window before in your graphic design work or in your editing work?
Come to think of it, I don't think I have. I got to get on that.
Aren't flying windows dead? Do we not do them as a society anymore?
You don't see. I don't think you see them on commercials or anything.
No. I wonder.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've been feeling kind of low about America recently, but especially now that I know flying windows are dead. Let's bring them back. If we can't make a difference on a lot of big world issues, but we could bring flying windows back. I think it starts tonight.
We're trying.
All right.
All right. Let's get into some Letterman D2. Okay, these are
promising start. Gladys and a guy with a large forehead.
Scott, do you know about the D2 tapes? Do you know what this is? So when Nick was working at Letterman, he got all the VHS tapes, but he also got all the tapes that had to do with the VHS tapes. And this was a format D2, Sony D2 tapes that had all the Letterman stuff on there, all the videos that they selected. Now, this particular tape, I'm on to like tape 6 now. This is just like their selects. I don't think these necessarily made the air. These are just ones that they liked the scene. Whoever was putting this segment together liked these clips. So this first one is a video effects video. Oh yeah, that is a good Halloween costume. I'm calling dibs on that, Steve.
Effects like these are among the easiest to make. All they require is acute attention to detail and a tripod.
Chicken fillet, lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise.
Rachel, what about my coffee? Is there any sugar in this thing?
You want me to put my finger in it?
Do you understand? Do you understand what's going on there? Is that VHS of the year right there?
I mean, it might be.
Watch. His mouth doesn't move. I think he's speaking telepathically to Rachel. Watch this part.
Is there any sugar in this thing?
You want me to put my finger in it?
All right. Next up, we got a exercise self-massage video.
Exercise number 1, firming your neck muscles.
This is how it was.
I like the
Moving clockwise and the left.
What's that, Nick?
I like the music.
Yeah, I did too.
That one, yeah.
I liked her expression. Maybe she was firming her neck muscles there, and we just can't see it.
Yeah, I think it was imperceptible.
Yeah.
Moving clockwise and the left counterclockwise. Continue the motion towards your ears. Work the muscles of your jaw using your fingers of both hands.
This is art,
improvising for yourself as you use 2 circular motions, supported by your thumbs.
I wouldn't mind mushing his face, wouldn't you? If he gave me permission to, I would mush his face for sure.
It does seem more, is it pliable? Is that the right word? Than most?
Yeah.
More.
Yeah, it's pretty
squishier.
rubbery. It's very Jim Carrey. How would you ask permission, by the way?
I'd be like, would he be doing this at the time, or would I just see him on the street?
I think you'd just see him. Yeah.
I'd see him on the street.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, hey, I saw you in that video, and your cheeks look super squishy. Is there any chance that I could just squish them just a little bit?
Okay.
I think he'd say yes.
Well, sure.
Rotating and release.
Have at it.
Do you know
Have
that-
a mush.
Can never say no to a fan.
Last one is a children's video about hands.
Each one of your fingers has its own special name. There's thumbkin and pointer, middle finger, ringer, and pinky. Let's learn them all while we sing and play. Where is thumbkin?
This is thumbkin, this is pointer, this is middle finger, and this is ringer, this is pinky, this is middle finger.
Kids need to learn about the middle finger at some point, right?
Yeah, through that video. Yeah.
Yep.
Those would be, by the way, those would be good. While there is still a TikTok, those would be good, like little things to post in our TikTok. So you got to send those to our czar of TikTok.
I like
Greg.
that they had the middle finger going this way though, and I was thinking maybe from now on, whenever I'm like in the car and somebody cuts me off, I'm gonna give them the middle finger this way. Be like,
oh, that would be good.
Yeah. Do you think they'll just confuse? Do you think they'll confuse them? Or do you think they'll know what I'm doing?
I think they'll know what you're doing. Yeah, but they
Yeah.
might be a second like, huh? Oh, no, you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's
that'd
it
be the reaction the guy would give you after you asked if you could mush his face.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, screw you. Oh,
Okay.
no.
I got to do that the whole time, so I just had to add a witty remark at the end there. Go ahead with your outro.
All right, let's rock some ravs. Scott, you got some ravs for us, right? Yeah, let's rock
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
Okay, you got a couple, right, Scott? Why don't we all just mix them in? I have two. Nick has two. I have two. You want to start, Scott?
Sure, but I'm not sure I know how to share.
Well, we can share it. Just set up the clip, right?
Yeah. We'll do the technical stuff.
Do you have the file ready, or what do I do?
Wait.
Are they in? Are they in the program?
Did you email them to me?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I could put them in the present thing.
Yeah, go to present and then video file.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't someone else go first?
Yeah. There we go.
All right, let me start off. Joe, this one I had set up for your birthday, and then your mom was the guest, so I didn't play it. But I was at Amoeba Records in Hollywood the last couple months ago, and they didn't have much for VHS, but they had one that was a 2 Live Crew tape that they would send out to, I guess, the record company. It had the record company's address on, and they would send it out.
My mom would have loved that. My mom loves 2 Live Crew.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll probably get have to share revenue with Luke and company, but I thought this is worth sharing because I don't think this video actually aired, but this is what they would send to I don't know, I guess radio stations, maybe MTV.
Wow, that was some girl in that last video.
Which one?
The one standing next to Bon Jovi in that last shot. The one with the garter and lace. You know the one I mean. I really liked her.
I bet you think you can ask her out, don't you, Joe?
Who would want to go out with her?
You guys are all the same. You know?
What? Guys.
Is there something?
Guys, come on, we gotta move on now. Enough of Bon Jovi.
Okay, well, what's next?
Ah, 2 Live Crew. Pop that coochie.
Wait until Jack gets a hold of this one.
What are they up to now?
What? Speaking of perverts.
Pop that coochie. Throw it.
Yo, man, this on TV ain't happening, man.
Yeah, man, we need to do something, man.
Yo, word, man. We need some girls, man. Come up with
They shot this on a video of $20, I think, this whole thing.
something, man. Do something.
Check this out. Let me break out my...
I like that in their own mythology, 2 Live Crew just hangs out together on a crummy couch in Miami somewhere.
Crystal balls here. See if I can get me some women over here. Hey, free scum out of night. Hey, man, free scum out of night. Hey, flea market dog. Free scum out at night. Free scum out at night.
Their crystal balls are forcing these lingerie women to wake up.
Let me see if I can get my mom back on. Let me give her a call.
Yeah,
Let
see
me-
if
let
you
me
can
see
get
if
her.
I can get my mom to.
I'm admiring the posters. There's "This Is Your Brain" with a side of order of bacon poster behind.
That's what those girls had up on their wall.
Yep, and then this one has explicit lyrics, but then also I like this Twilight Zone poster. I kind of want that one. but
Yeah.
I don't know what else is on there. Yeah. Yeah.
My mom's just about to join us. So
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully the video doesn't run out before.
It's a good song though. You have to admit, regardless of how
What are
you
we
feel
gonna tell
about the content.
Call them and tell them that our schedule is pretty full right now. But if they get some radio airplay on this, we'll try to add the video.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm in.
So I guess that's how it ended. They're gonna try to play that video. All right.
okay.
Yeah. So that's 2 Live Crew's legacy, found at a record shop in California.
That's a
Good
catchy
one.
little number.
It is.
It
It is.
is, yeah.
Scott, I have. Oh, you have your video yearbook. You ready to go? Why don't you? Yeah, play that video yearbook one because you are like the king of the video yearbooks.
Yeah, so when we were in Ohio, I stopped at this record store in Oberlin called Hanson Records, owned by this guy, Aaron Dillaway, who's a musician. He's an awesome guy. I hadn't met him before that, but I popped in and I told him what we were doing, Found Footage Fest, all that stuff. And then I showed him my zine and he was like, I've been waiting for a guy like you to show up. And he gave me 2 video yearbooks. This is like the only thing not horror or whatever he had was video
Wow.
yearbooks. So
Oh, the stars aligned. You guys were meant to be. You found your soulmate, Scott.
I think I did, yeah. So the clip I have lined up is actually, it's a little montage of kind of the best of both of these. And I did this just a little bit ago, so it's pretty quick. But I call it the Video Yearbook's Most Embarrassing Moments.
All right.
Okay.
The most embarrassing moment I had was at lunch when I missed my seat and fell flat on my face.
In 9th grade, when I was a freshman, I was in gym class, and Patrick Worley and Luke Lukasco decided to pants me, and I wasn't embarrassed at all until I found out that the whole senior class saw my butt.
I'd have to say my most embarrassing moment is when I was at church and I puked everywhere.
Behind me here we have Keystone High School Symphonic Choir and Keystone High School Choir preparing for the Midwinter concert. It'll be fantastic.
Flub?
No
When the working day is done, girls, they just want to have fun.
Oh, girls just want to have fun.
As principal of your school, I want to congratulate you on a job well done. You have been considered the leaders of our school this year, and when you were called upon, you were there.
I puked everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. Nice work, Scott.
I don't know. In every single Video Yearbook, they have to do that singing thing.
Yeah.
They all sing uncomfortably together.
It's also unconfident singing too, which is the worst kind of singing to listen to. You need somebody just to go up there and just like give it their all and go for it. But when everybody's embarrassed, then you feel embarrassed for them. So yeah.
They had to print out the lyrics to "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" too. Like I think you could probably just remember them, but no. The working day is done.
Can we borrow that flub? We're gonna have Dan the Flub Hound on next week to go over flubs. Can we borrow that I think he said mid-inter.
Yeah, I emailed it to you, so you have a copy now.
Excellent. Thank you for that flub. All right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to play a little game that I play every so often. It's a little game called
or not exciting.
Best corned beef I think I've seen for a long time.
Okay.
Drop again.
Yep. There it is. All right. So I got 3 videos from Bob Hedges. They all looked very promising. They look like they could be. Can you put me up big, Steve? Here. They look like they could have potential. They're all safety videos. One is a forklift. One is just around the warehouse. And one is trucking. And
keep on trucking safely.
And they're put out by this beer distributor. I don't know why the beer distributor put it out. I think maybe just as a service. But it's. Do you think that's going to be exciting or not exciting? Safety videos, Nick, in our experience, they're almost always they have a high batting average.
Yeah. But wait, which one is the? Are you showing?
I'm going to show all 3, just segments from all 3. Would you say this series is exciting or not exciting?
Oh, the whole series? I would say exciting because it's safety videos. And one of them's based on the Grateful Dead song "Keep on Truckin'." Right?
Do you have a bloody nose?
No.
Oh, I thought you had a bloody nose. I thought it was old. Okay, it might just be a shadow.
Might be.
That would have been exciting.
It would have.
All right, so you're going to say yes, no? What did you say? I was too distracted.
I said yes. I think it is going to be exciting.
Steve?
I'm going to go with not exciting.
Okay, Scott, what do you think?
Exciting.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be exciting, but we'll take a look. Here it is.
I like the guy's music. Cool logo.
Move it. Big time.
When you arrive at work to begin your shift, this is probably the last place you expect to end up. And there's no reason why you should have to be in an emergency room.
I mean, it looks like it has potential. Look, they're in an emergency room. All right.
That's because a lot of accidents occur as a result of improperly stacked materials, waste not properly disposed of, and even silly little things like leaving a file drawer out or a cabinet door open. And the use of gloves is always a good idea. They'll help protect you against splinters, broken glass, and other sharp hazards. Breaking a few bottles is something that you're going to have to deal with. And when you do, you need all the above-mentioned personal protective equipment. If a glass container of any hazardous material is broken, you should check the appropriate...
That guy's acting sucked bad. I don't think he was a real actor. Watch this drop and the reaction to the drop.
If a glass container of any hazardous material is broken, you should check the appropriate...
No Jerry Lewis when it comes to physical comedy.
And then he just kind of backs up, and I think he kind of pumps his arm once, like he's angry that it happened. I think he looks at the camera after that.
If a glass container of any hazardous material is broken, you should check the appropriate material safety data sheet. Never attempt to extinguish any but the smallest fires by yourself. By the time you realize that the fire is beyond your control, the fire department has lost valuable time and their best chance to minimize the loss. When you're at your destination, use leverage against
the
axle with your foot to set the load down. Just the opposite.
What if we toured in that?
Oh, I know.
Imagine.
If they offered you an even-up trade for your Prius, would you say yes or no to that?
100%, yeah.
Yeah, you trade it in a second? Yep.
One for one.
You'd have trouble parking it in your neighborhood probably, but I think it'd be worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'd have to pay $2,000 a month in parking in New York, but well worth it to have that beauty.
And it gets 8 miles to the gallon, but it doesn't matter. It's a Bud Light fan.
Worth the trade-off.
You picked it up. Statistically, being on the road is probably the most dangerous thing we do. For most of us who drive on the job, the risk is greatest
Get out of the road!
That's simply because of the amount of time we spend behind the wheel.
What are you doing,
Have you ever
jackass?
tried to imagine how people did our jobs before they had these? Yeah, for anybody moving a lot of merchandise around, lift trucks are our most important tool. Use your lift truck's horn in blind corners.
Here?
I thought it was, but the other two weren't. And then all of a sudden this one was, and I have a workaround for Macrovision, so I think it's just a shitty tape.
Yeah, must be.
All right, so this is about using the horns.
Low visibility situations. Never honk to convey a greeting.
Not exciting.
Close, though, with the broken bottles.
So close. Bud Light van, broken bottles, the bad actor who dropped the beaker. It was teething.
Are you excited?
Great.
Isn't it fantastic?
Fantastic.
All right.
Steve on the drops. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Well-oiled machine tonight. Is my turn?
Yes. No.
Okay.
Yes.
I have one that Jonathan, who runs Killer Video in Akron, Ohio, a cool video store exhibition. He handed this to me in the shrink wrap. It's called Monsters Be Gone. Cool cover, bedtime survival kit. But look at this. It's pretty big. It's not quite as big as your Unlocking the Secrets to Loving Relationships, Scott, but pretty big. But I thought, what is this, a double tape? No. Check it out. One tape.
Okay.
Then a piece of styrofoam.
Okay.
Then this.
Hmm.
This room is protected by Monsters Be Gone, no monsters allowed. Then this Monsters Be Gone nightlight.
Hmm.
This is all inside. And then a bottle of anti-monster spray. So this gets rid of monsters that might be under your bed. You spray this.
They're really going for it.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the bottle?
Yeah, there's like
What's
some
it smell
kind of,
like?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. I mean,
Take a swig. Take a swig.
It just kind of smells like grape a little bit.
Will you
I'm
take
not
a
gonna
swig?
drink. No, I will not drink this.
Touch your tongue to it. See what it tastes like.
No, that will give me a nosebleed. So the tape sucks, but there's a few moments. So here it is. Look at this. Is like Mandy Moore's one of her first acting things. Oh, by the way, and when he gave me this tape, I showed it to Scott in Ohio, and I'm like, "You have this one?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Taz, Mom and Dad are ready to leave. I'm not going. Our new house scares me. It's not even a house. Why are you always so stubborn? You haven't even seen it yet. You might like it.
Yeah, but is that the Mandy Moore? I guess I don't know Mandy Moore. I know she was like a pop singer and was in Princess Diaries, but is that her? I don't know. Is it the same Mandy Moore?
Scott, do you
comments?
Okay.
I assume it is because this is shot in
think so.
Florida and she lived there. So, all right. So she's teasing him about his. They're moving.
They're ready to leave. I'm not going. Our new house scares me. It's not even a house. Why are you always so stubborn? You haven't even seen it yet. You might like it.
Sure looks creepy. I'll bet it's full of monsters.
Tess, you know there's no such thing as monsters.
Yes, they are. I've seen them, especially under my bed.
So Scott, every dialogue with the mom was funny, but Scott, you loved the part where
Yeah. There's no such thing as monsters. Yes, they are.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
So, is that a flub or is that just a malapropism? I don't know.
I think it's a flub.
I'll bet it's full of monsters.
Tess, you know there's no such thing as monsters.
Yes, they are. I've seen them, especially under my bed.
I'll count that as a flub.
Yes, they are.
Get out of my basement.
Success!
Paz, what is it? He's in the basement.
Who's in the basement?
I don't know, but he's big and he's ugly and he has long
His
arms.
name is
Sounds like my
Paz.
basketball coach. I kept hearing noises all night, like a piano playing.
I think those noises you heard were the unsettling last night. Old buildings tend to do that.
Especially buildings filled with...
No one's enunciating well. Like, what did he say? It was unsettling. It was the...
Buildings. He said
Yeah.
buildings. Mandy Moore's running circles around him too, by the way. Like
yeah.
the dad could learn a few things from teenage Mandy Moore.
Piano playing.
I think those noises you heard were the unsettling last night. Old buildings tend to do that.
Especially buildings filled with monsters.
He dropped.
If children aren't scared of the monsters under the bed or in the closet, and if they aren't scared of things that aren't really there, well then Professor Clute will have no...
You recognize this guy?
Johnny Rhodes from John and Johnny?
No. This is Butch Patrick. He's Butch Patrick from the Munsters. He's Eddie Munster.
Eddie Munster, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Power.
He's trapped! He's got the badge!
Go away! I don't even believe you're real! Take that, you monsters.
Brittany says that you met some new friends today.
Yeah, we already started a new club. We're gonna help Magic Al get rid of Mr. Clute. Then kids won't have any more bad dreams or be afraid of things that aren't real, like monsters.
That's a noble idea for a club.
I like how the mom just got a blowout. It's time for bed, but
She looks like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader too, doesn't she?
Straight from the salon.
Yeah, for a club.
For sure.
Stop it, you fools! We're losing power!
No, but they're
because
saying that they do
Taz and his
exist.
friends aren't afraid anymore! My poor machine! I'll get you for this, Magic Al.
It was not continued, but yeah. So, but
It feels counterintuitive to what they're trying to teach the kid, or trying to make the kid not scared
Yeah.
of monsters. But then it's to be continued. They should have all died.
Right.
Right.
And there were some actual scary parts, like when all those creeps in the monster machine are chasing him down the hall. And but
did you
hey,
scream when that happened?
I did. I got a nightlight. I got this, and I got some toxic anti-monster spray out of the deal. So
just put a drop on your tongue. It's not going to be that bad. It seriously won't. Oh, I thought you were actually doing it. I got excited
it's
for
not
a
bad.
second.
It's not bad. Trickle of blood.
Scott, what do you got? What's your second tape here?
Well, before I get into that, I never do this, but I'm going to disagree. I think that tape did not suck. And I think your tapes were exciting. So.
Oh
wow!
Yeah.
Whoa, some
Bold.
dissent here.
Bold.
Okay,
Wow.
all right. You
Just
come on the
yeah.
show and you just kind of spit in our face, but that's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah.
what we. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, So what I have going on here is I wanted to include this in my cover opening thing, but I'm showing the clip, so I didn't want to spoil the cover. It is a tape called Balloon-gineering. And this is Balloon-gineering Volume 3. It's a husband and wife duo that teach people how to make balloons sculptures. So I just really
promising.
Yeah, I really like. Well, first of all, I like their balloon vests.
Same.
And I looked these up on Amazon. They go for over $100.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah, balloon vests.
The ones that they're actually wearing, or just any balloon vests?
Any balloon vest, it seemed like. Yeah.
Okay.
So I really like I like the tone of this tape, and I like their energy and their chemistry together. It's you'll probably pick up on the tone and their interactions.
Okay.
So.
All right. This is Balloon-gineering. Ooh, Volume 3.
Hi, I'm Royal Sorrell.
And I'm Patty Sorrell.
And we are Balloon Designs with a Twist. Welcome to Volume 3.
Taking the leap from balloon animals to balloon sculptures. Why would we create balloon sculptures instead of just making animals? One reason is you get a lot more attention. If you give a little bit extra balloon, a little bit extra time, and create something that's just bigger, more emotional filled, and now
emotional filled?
Segment is mix and match.
None of that made sense, I don't think.
Now we'll do a sword.
Now do a monkey.
You're just being contrary.
No, I'm just reading the script. Keep changing those cameras on, guys. I'm going to start looking straight ahead, and you can figure out who am supposed to.
Oh, wait a second.
Whoa.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Okay, all right.
Don't step on these. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Keep changing those cameras on me, guys, and I'm going to start looking straight ahead, and you can figure out who am supposed to be looking at. Don't point at me. The camera lady's pointing at me. Can you believe that? This is a Tommy gun that I designed as a result of the movie The Mask. Everyone has been bugging me. Can you make a Tommy gun like Jim Carrey? They look almost the same. When I'm doing them in a crowd, doesn't matter. The more kids that kill each other with these things, that's fine. Well, I'm kidding.
Another reason for doing balloon sculptures is you can
Incidentally, when I give these out, I always tell the children about the responsibilities of any kind of firearm. I don't bother just giving them out and say, go kill each other, although the thought has occurred to me. And you have an absolutely cute sculpture.
Everybody has different styles. Feel free to create your own style.
I used to call this a Harley, but I did a biker wedding recently, and they all said it's a Yamaha, so I guess it's a Yamaha. I can't argue that point. They ride the hogs, I don't. And that.
Wait, what did he say? I want to.
But I did a biker wedding recently, and they all said it's a Yamaha, so I guess it's a Yamaha. I can't argue that point. They ride the hogs, I don't. And that completes our segment for Volume 3.
Oh, passive-aggressive balloon husband.
Oh, I want more. I want more balloon-gineering.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to be a fly on the wall at that biker wedding that a balloon artist performed at.
I know. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, they're the ones that ride the hogs, so you can't argue with that.
I tell you what, though, I think $100 is too small a price to pay for those balloon vests. Those are, I think, well worth it.
Your edit was fantastic too, Scott.
Yeah.
I love the
in between this passive aggressive.
Yeah. I actually did a little sleuthing of my own. I looked up. I wanted to see if they were still around, and sadly they're not. But I found a Facebook page for that guy for his business, and it was like. It actually said something about be careful messaging him because he'll snap at you or something like that. Like he's just like got this personality where he's
a children's entertainer.
Yeah. He's
surly. Yeah.
He said don't be offended by the responses because he's basically an ornery guy that will send you a mean message if you messaged him. So
well, you got your marching orders. Go message him, Scott, and report back.
I mean, he seems more accountant than he does like children's entertainer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like he seems like.
Yeah, watching it, I couldn't tell if he's just got this really great deadpan thing going on or if he's just really boring.
I thought at first they had like a Penn and Teller thing kind of going on there, but then he was like getting mad at the crew too. So
yeah,
that's his thing. All right, for the final ravioli here, I'm really putting myself out here. I was going to do this for my birthday episode, but I didn't want to do this in front of my mom. It's not dirty or anything. It's just really embarrassing.
Okay.
So
I'm listening.
So you know how I like Nick on the road. I'll make up songs as we are on the road, and I'll sing that song for an entire weekend.
Yes.
Well, I record a lot of them on my voice memos, and I think it was like maybe the day that George left. I think that he told me that I'm pretty good at music. He was like, I came up with Nick's Hot Little Raviolis. I came up with a lot of This Week in Overhead Projectors. I'm pretty good at it. And so him telling me that really sparked me. So I'm putting myself out here.
Okay.
And the other thing is I'm well versed with jingles and songs. And, I watch them every single day on these videos. So I know how to write a catchy hook. So I set some of these songs that I recorded on my voice memos. And I put some video over it. And I want Melinda Mixers to fill in. I do this a cappella, but I want Melinda Mixers to put in some sort of music. For this particular one, I was driving by my parents' place in Milton, Wisconsin, and I came across a place called Tammy's Tender Times. It was a daycare called Tammy's Tender Times, and every time I'd pass it, I would sing this little song that I made up. I'm looking in Liz Triffer's direction for this one. I feel like she could really contribute to this, but here's my rendition of what I hope to be the jingle for Tammy's Tender Times. All right, you got your ears on? Yes, please observe silence. Here we go.
I'll go down to Tammy's Tender Times. Let's all go down to Tammy's Tender Times. The times are tender when Tammy's at the helm. So let's all go down to Tammy's Tender Times. Let's all go down to Tammy's Tender Times.
What do you think? Like, here's what I want. Yeah, your thoughts, notes. Be brutally honest. Constructive criticism. I'm all ears here. Scott.
Just a reminder that this is a VHS-based comedy show where we watch old VHS tapes. And
wait, was that you singing?
That was me singing. I was going with more of a tender voice on it.
I see, like a Ned Flanders or a Mr. Rogers kind of.
No, like a tender voice. I wasn't going for a Ned Flanders. I was going for me being tender.
It didn't sound like you at all. That was crazy.
Thank you. That was a compliment, right?
I guess.
So what I want to do is if a Melinda Mixer sends me some music, I'm gonna arrange it, and then I think next time I'm at my folks' place, I'm gonna stop by Tammy's Tender Times, bring a boombox along, and maybe play it for her at the daycare. See if she wants to buy it. Hello?
Yeah, no, that's just trying to figure out what this has to do with VCR Party. But yeah, no, that's I think that's a great idea. I think you could sell that jingle to her. And
Nick, not everything has to do with VCR Party. We can do other things on this show besides VCR Party. We can take a little break. We've watched enough VHS today to last us the entire year. I got
Monsters. That was the best corned beef I think I've seen for a long time.
Okay, you want to hear another one? I got another song.
Coming, yeah.
Okay, so this one is more like a Christian religious song. We have a lot of those VHS on the shelf, and a lot of them are like children's videos, and they just have these hooks. And so this is I think I was actually making a pot roast when I came up with this one. So here it is. It's called I'm Making a Roast.
I'm making a roast, a big juicy pot roast. I am making a roast for the Christ child tonight. I am making a roast, a big juicy pot roast. Juicy pot roast for the Christ child tonight.
Notes? Thoughts?
Well, I got to bring up veganism again because I think that still looks gross.
Okay, so this is so Melinda Mixers, if you can help me, maybe some strings on that, do 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 do. And then I don't know who I'd sell that one to. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just do that one for me. But I hope George is watching this show so he can send me some notes afterwards.
Sure, yeah.
Because you guys are of absolutely no help. Just met with silence. I play these things and just met with silence from all three of you.
You could
happens a lot.
God damn it!
No, here's my idea. Pitch that roast song to Tammy's Tender Times as well. I think when you go in, it's two birds, one stone. Maybe they don't like the Tammy's Tender Times jingle. They think it's too tender, but maybe they would want, maybe they make roasts there and for the
Well, that's
kids.
a long shot. I don't think that they usually do that at daycares. But
As long
maybe,
as you're there. As long as you're there.
As long as I'm here, you're right. You're absolutely right. I
That's
should
all
just
I'm
ask.
saying.
Maybe she would say, I like the harmony for I'm making a roast for the Christ child tonight. And let's go with that harmony.
Right.
Or that melody. And then but put Tammy's Tender Times over that. Okay, this is all good.
Yeah,
constructive
this is
stuff.
good workshopping. Yeah. I wish your mom was here for feedback on that, actually. But
That's great.
Oh, well. We'll bring her back for that in the 2 Live Crew video.
And the Pop That Coochie. Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I just wanted to say that I literally made a roast for the Christ child this year.
Did you
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you did make a roast for the Christ child.
Did you make a song for it, or did you just make it?
If only there was a song that.
There will be.
Yeah.
There will be.
Yeah.
What's the Melinda Mixers? Get that orchestra together, and yeah.
Have you ever dated somebody named Tammy and had a tender time with her, Scott? Because then that would be like somebody up there's watching. If that's okay.
Not that one, no.
Okay.
All right, that does it for our ravioli.
There they are.
What are we?
I was back at
Show us your raviolis. Show us your raviolis. Show us your raviolis.
Oh, can I show a nice thing? I want to show a nice thing.
Yeah, we got a little time.
Let's. Ross from St. Louis, he sent me a big long montage, 8 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he just knows all the things that I like in videos. And I thought I'd play just a couple of my favorite clips from that. So thank you, Ross. He found all these videos, by the way. These are not taken from the internet. This is from his collection. Here it is. Ross's montage for my birthday.
And we'll return to Miss Universe pageant after this message from Jif Peanut Butter.
Good evening, friends. I'm Ralph Hipp. Police are saying Howard Franks.
Can we get Ralph Hipp on funny names?
I'd like to add him. I think Ralph is fun.
Ralph Hipp. Look at me. I'm just a music man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, friends. I'm Ralph Hipp. Police are saying Howard Frank Stewart, the man who killed 3 people in Texas, then himself, also appears to have killed 3 people in our area last week. We'll have the latest on the search tonight, right after Ghostbusters. Join us.
Wait,
Sorry,
you gotta stop. All right, that's the best. Okay, listen to this.
3 people in our area last week. We'll have the latest on the search tonight, right after Ghostbusters. Join us.
As the crowds came into the Hammond Center tonight,
look at more Ralph Hipp.
Wow, he's back.
He's everywhere. All right. Here's
Hammond Center tonight. We expected Baryshnikov's name to be up in lights here at the Hammond Center, but the best they could do was Night Ranger.
And go as quickly as possible into your regular routine. I think that's the best thing.
You know why Ross included that, right?
You enjoy coughs and
I like
mouth sounds. Yeah.
Yep.
Was even a gorilla hard at work, but finding a certain lack of enthusiasm for his product.
I'm advertising, yeah.
Business back as usual then.
As near as I can tell. Only nobody seems to be too happy for Halloween at this point.
You're advertising Halloween?
Halloween costumes.
Halloween costumes. And business is a little slow.
Yeah, I think everyone has something else on their mind.
Women will go through it, and men need to understand menopause.
Protect your children from phone porn. Thursday at 11 on 7.
Crack in the Heartland, a Channel 2 News special Friday.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the picture that they chose for the phone porn.
It's like the Starburst on Asked Artist 2.
Yeah, it really is. So there it is. Thank you, Ross. That was a thoughtful gift.
Wow.
Appreciate the cough there. He also included a home movie in there that was really good, but I think I'm going to save that for another day because he selected some great clips from a home movie. So,
all right. That's nice things for this week. Let's wrap it up. What do you want to do for EP mode this week?
Can we do a that or the done before we get into?
Sure.
the
Yeah,
end
we
thing?
can do a quick one. Yeah.
That's it. That it done. Right there.
All right, this is where we take viewer requests. If anybody has a question about the show, question about video, we'll answer it for you here. Email us info@foundfootagefest.com. If you have any burning questions, somebody Russell in Minneapolis, he came up to me at the merch table and he asked me, and then he followed up with an email. He said, "What does Steve have in the big urn behind him during VCR Party Live?" And I've never noticed it before. Which urn are we talking about here?
Oh, that thing.
Oh, that urn. Oh, that's a big urn.
It's huge.
It is. He's going to be disappointed. There's nothing inside it. I actually asked my wife. I saw the email. I've never really given any thought to it. It's just there. I asked her, and she said yes. No, it's not even hollow. It's solid. She got it. It's not very particularly old, and she got it on from Belgium. So sorry, it's not more exciting. But I do have.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Can you put something in it? See,
no, it's not hollow.
Put some Monsters Be Gone spray on top of it, maybe, or something.
I am a fan of Robert Evans, and after he passed away, they had a auction, and I bought 2 things from his desk. This is one of them, or I guess 3 things. They were all together, but this is kind of urn-like, and my wife thinks it's the ugliest thing in the world, and many other people do too. I don't know.
What do you think Robert Evans kept in that?
I was hoping cocaine, but
yeah, probably. I would
definitely
guess.
cocaine.
None left there, but yeah. So
I wonder if there were ghosts in it and you just let them out.
The ghost of Robert Evans was.
Yes, that's what I
feel like it looks like the one of the eggs from Lord of the Rings. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, or a War of the Worlds tripod.
It's a lot cheaper than it. I figured something on his desk would be. But, yeah.
What does that smell like? Does it smell? I bet he smoked around it.
Oh, it doesn't smell good. It smells
really?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Good. It does have a smell to it. Okay.
And follow-up question: can you touch your tongue to it?
No, not of that smell. Nope.
Okay.
No, thanks.
All right. There's one more that had done on here. A couple Nebraskans asked me over email. They asked about my Faro license plate over here. I have a. Let me just see if I can reach it.
What does that come from?
I thought it might be Faro from the.
No, it's not. It's so my grandpa was kind of a kook. He was a little bit of a kook, and he, especially later in life, he thought that he was descended from pharaohs in Egypt, and he didn't think he was one of the millions and millions of slaves. He thought he was one of the pharaohs, and so he believed it so much that I guess he got a license plate. And we went into his house after he died. We got to clean it out. And I always liked the way he dressed. He was always in leisure suits. He kind of dressed like Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation. He had light blue, everything, like suits and everything. And I went into his closet. I was like, oh, here they are, stained severely. Just all his meals, just stained all over him. So I couldn't take it. And I think I'm going to follow in his footsteps, stain wise, because most of my clothes are severely stained too. So,
and kookiness wise, your niece and nephew are going to find little voice memos you've recorded of jingles you sang about pot roasts when you pass. So
I have a million other stories about my grandpa too. He got in trouble with the feds because he really believed in the colors of the spectrum and of copper, the power of copper. So he would take colorful bars, just had all the different colors, wrap copper around it, and then place it places because he thought it provided energy. And he would put them in courthouses. He'd put them in Walmarts. He'd put them everywhere. He left them in our house and everything too. The feds, turns out, they were following him around because they always had bomb scares because of them. Everybody thought they were bombs. So he's trying to do good with his kookiness, but they look like bombs. So the bomb squads actually would blow these things up in Omaha. So
they'd have a robot put it in the
thing.
Oh my god!
They did the robot thing with that.
Wow.
For him. So that's my DNA. It's coming up. So this is the one thing that I did take from his house was the Faro license plate. So
sounds like you're descended of descendant of a mad scientist.
Yeah. Oh, he was kind of a mad scientist. He fancied himself an inventor. I wanted to do a documentary on him just because he made all these kooky things, and he quit work when, all of his kids he had 5 kids, and he was just like, I'm going to be an inventor. And he quit his job, and my grandma had to go back to work because he had this vision. So interesting dude. And it's my.
Now he kind of sounds like the dad from Gremlins a little bit with the inventions. So yeah, he's kind of a combo of a lot of different kooks from pop culture.
Yeah. All right, now that's it for that. It done. So
okay.
That's it. That it done. Right there.
Now that the dust has settled a little bit, what would you guys say is your favorite song of the two? Tammy's Tender Times or I'm Making a Roast for the Christ Child Tonight?
Tammy's Tender Times.
Really?
Yeah, hands down.
You think it has the most sellability to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Although somebody in the chat did say there is absolutely, as far as I know, no Christmas songs about roasts. So you do have that going for you.
I gotta say, making a roast for the Christ Child Tonight, because babies can't eat roasts. You'd really have to blend it up and mush it up. So
it's like a puree.
Yeah, there's something like Gift of the Magi about having to make something that he wouldn't be able to eat. Unless maybe his magical, abilities would allow him.
Well, we're talking about the Christ Child here.
Yeah, it's Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the Christ Child.
Yeah.
So.
Gold, frankincense, myrrh, and roast beef.
Yep. All right. Yeah, this week for EP, George is going to join us again. I just texted him and I was like, "You down for?"
He's back behind the paywall, eh? So yeah, if you're a patron at the $10 and up level, you get a weekly bonus episode. We watched a UFO video with George last week, and he's coming back, eh? So
I asked him. I said, "Do you have any requests for what we watch? I want to make this fun for him too.
Yeah,
I don't want to make this a slog." He instantly replied back, said, "More UFOs." So I have plenty of UFO videos here. We can watch another UFO video on Thursday. So,
okay, fantastic. All right, great. And Scott, anything to promote? You got your show with 1 ticket left tomorrow night.
Yep. It's called Strange and Found. It'll be at the Music Box Theater tomorrow night in Chicago. Joe and me will be showing weird clips, kind of like we usually do, but we're going to give this a shot.
We're doing it like a little bit differently. We're just setting up topics, and then he's going to play a video from his collection, and then Nick, I'm going to play a collection or a video from our collection, and then just based on topics. So we're going to go down the list of different topics, like what are some of them? We
Senior
citizens topic.
Oh, a very important topic. Yes, we discussed today.
Sexy stuff, gross stuff.
Yep.
Very nice stuff.
Yeah, very nice things. Yep, those will be in there. So,
wow.
Get that one ticket.
Nice drops.
Yeah. So you've been hot on the drops.
Next week, it is our annual flub date, where we're going to be collecting all the flubs that have happened over the last year. And Dan Opsel, the director, is going to come and evaluate some flubs for us. Maybe he's got some of his own to show us.
Yeah.
What are we going to go out on tonight?
We're going to go out. So you remember, what was it, back in December? We didn't do this. We were going to do the McDonald's trivia contest between you and McSee, Chris from McSee.
Yeah.
It didn't happen because everybody got sick that weekend, and we just didn't have the crew for it. So, but I wanted to make a song based on all McSee samples. Here are some of the samples that I put forth.
Sink, fixtures, toilets, supplies, floor.
Perfect.
Well, what's next?
Garbage. I believe you've seen McSee, Chris.
You know what I hate? A dirty restroom.
Okay, so this is the McDonald's training video that really started the whole show, found footage show. This is the one we got obsessed with when we were kids, and we're still obsessed with it. So I gave those samples out to Melinda Mixers. I got a bunch of responses. I'm going to end the shows the next few weeks with Melinda mixed McSee videos.
Okay.
Paris in Stereo, who's a great contributor, made a remix, and this one's pretty cool. And if we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Thanks to Scott for guesting with us tonight, and we'll see you down the road to Clowndom, everybody.
Check out the WOC special and continued success.
Oh, Scott, you got to say a thing at the end.
My nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
Great, you did it.
I believe you've seen mixtape. 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 I believe you've seen mixtape.
Walls, sink, fixtures, dirty toilets, supplies, floor.
Perfect.
Walls, sink, fixtures.
So get to work.
Toilets, supplies, floor.
Perfect.
I hate.
Walls,
I hate.
sink,
I hate.
fixtures.
I hate.
Toilets,
I hate.
supplies.
I hate. Chris. I hate. Chris. I hate. Chris.
Well, what's next?
Garbage.
When we return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Cheerio. Continued success. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Sizzler.
Tinkerbell!
Hasta la vista, baby. And I got that from Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor from California.
We'll be right back right after that.
Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polster, the real great guy.
Nice, nice.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilda.